Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Umi Genevieve, Laced in Space, Constellations on LSD. You could have been anywhere else, you decided to be here with me, so thank you. Always want to show that appreciation, that gratitude. Prayer service, thank you for the sessions, thank you for the bookings, thank you for the feedback, thank you for the interactions, thank you. I love y'all, my Astro family, love y'all for life, love y'all forever. So today I wanted to talk about the Mercury retrograde happening October 14th to November 3rd. Right now we're in some astrologers call it a shadow period where we're building up into that energy. I just wanted to dive into what Mercury retrograde is, how it will affect in Scorpio, and how it will affect us. So, quick thing with Mercury retrograde. Mercury rules two signs. It rules Gemini and Virgo. That whole energy there. It's a mutable energy. And it's the whole idea of when we look at Gemini and Virgo, we look at your skills, your knowledge. It's passive conversations, as you know, Geminis. They're be quick to bring up a subject, a topic, and dive in and out. Geminis can go high in conversations, Geminis can go low in conversations. You know that, right? It's about the mechanical problems, like our car, because Mercury moves all things that are mutable, moving. So our car, short distance travel, Gemini energy. So when we're hanging out with our friends, when we're driving around the neighborhood, and also Virgo, when we're driving to work, driving to run our errands, you need a car to do those things. That's why cars are very important, because it can help you Gemini have a social life, and it can help you Virgo have a productive life with that whole energy there. Now with Virgo, it's detail, purpose, passive criticisms. As you know, Virgo energy is like, ooh, that's not nice. Ooh, why does it smell like that? That whole passive criticisms, but it's also using the Mercury, now giving you purpose and detail of something that you can do better, be more self-preserving. So also rules anxiety, because it's a mutable energy, fast moving things. So that whole Mercury energy there. Now, yeah, guys, I'm on that 50 right now. So yes. So with that energy being ruled by Gemini and Virgo, you see that Mercury involves all the things we need to find what is mentally stimulating us. It's our mentalities, because it aspects what? Jupiter, which are beliefs, our perspectives, Pisces, our God, our religion, and that whole energy there. So when you're looking at Mercury, all those things that happen in the mind, in that, in our little nervous system, when it goes retrograde, it now becomes dormant. Because what is a retrograde energy? What is a retrograde house? 12th house, Pisces. It goes to the feet. Losing your goddamn car, right? I'm just looking at it like that, just a joke. But that whole energy there is just showing that it's going now dormant. Piscean, it's going to our shadow side. I went to feet because I thought about it if Mercury goes retrograde and it brings car problems, a lot of people gotta now take the public transportation and do all that other stuff. Pisces really feet is going retrograde, but that's just a joke, right? So with that whole energy going retrograde, it's now taking all the things that are in the mind coming down to a now dormant area we don't always dive into. Because what is retrograde if we think of Pisces in the 12th house? Your inner work, your dreams, your indirect communications, your miscommunications, lost and broken items. Because, Venus is exalted there. So things you want to hold on to because you have a more of a spiritual attached to them, even though they may not, what aspects Pisces, Virgo, they might not even work anymore or be purposeful to you anymore. That's why this house can be Pisces house, 12th house can be the house of hoarders, and things like that. So that's that whole energy of retrograde. So when you think of Mercury going retrograde, you take everything from your head that you're thinking about all the time, but it's Gemini and Virgo. You didn't have time to do it because you had a big routine, or Gemini, you forgot about it. You got into a whole nother conversation, you got into a whole nother stimulation, and now you forgot about it. So the retrograde now makes you deal with it, because all the things that are in our dreams, the miscommunications, the broken things, that inner work now goes it has to balance out. So Mercury retrogrades are actually great because it makes you deal with things that you forgot to deal with. That's why people will hit you up and be like, hey baby, I've been thinking about you lately. I don't know why you're on my mind, because they're trying to fix something that they're not being consistent of, or they weren't being actively Gemini, knowledge about, working on, finding the skills within it. Or Virgo, they now have found purpose. They're now looking for the details. They're now looking for the specifics. So Mercury retrograde is going to bring that for a lot of people right now. That's why past lovers hit you up, or you start to get into more obsessive type of mindsets. You may become very nostalgic. Things of the things that you already have going on here are now becoming retro. They're dealing you with now the things that you don't always, Neptunian 12th house, you disassociate with, you don't always actively think about. Yes. It also could be a time where people's faith wane because mechanical problems happen, things break down. So people be like, damn, yo, Jupiter, Pisces, Sagittarius, yo, God, come on, man. Why right now, life? Why right now? Like, you know what I mean? That whole energy there. So now this is where it gets a little different. Mercury is going into Scorpio. This changes the game. Let's talk about it. Why? Scorpio is a fixed sign. Scorpio always comes after a cardinal energy. Well, all fixed signs always come after a cardinal energy. Scorpio comes after Libra. Aquarius comes after Capricorn. Taurus comes after Aries. Yep. Taurus comes after Aries, so 4, right? Taurus comes after Aries, yep, 3. So that whole energy there, 4, yep, of cardinal energies. I'm missing one. Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. Leo comes after Cancer. Cardinals. So there you go, 4. So with that energy being cardinal, it carries out the ideas of initiating energy. Fixed energies are now, I'm stuck. Like, here's what I want. That's why fixed signs can have the same type of dreams or goals all their life. Like, you may find a Leo or Aquarius that they wanted to be a singer or an actor all their life, and they'll continuously, and it'll bring them there. Mutable energies will bring them around different people, but cardinal energies, because they come after a cardinal energy, they are set in their mind. They initiated a thought, and now they want to set it, make it more practical. When you put it in Scorpio, they want to have the funds for it. When you put it in Taurus, they want to have the actual, comfortability in it, indulgence in it, enjoyment in it. When you put it in Aquarius, they now want to be able to move, to enterprise it, bring it to bigger parts of the world, bigger ranks. And then when you put it into Leo, they now want to brand it. They want to show you, the identity surrounding it with that type of energy, right? So fixed signs always come after cardinal signs. Now, when it comes into Scorpio, this kind of changes the game with Mercury, because Mercury, it's in retrograde, but since retrograde, we're gonna attach it to that whole Piscean energy. Scorpio likes that. Scorpio likes to get to the deeper depths of things. Scorpio likes to be on some I told you so. Scorpio's the surgeon. Scorpio's the doctor, the energy of really coming in there to transform you, bring you into a new life. So Scorpio loves energy with retrograde. That's why this retrograde is not that bad. Because why? Let's talk some more. The retrograde in Mercury and Scorpio is going to sextile Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto, all in Capricorn. So it's showing that, hey, we want the government to start talking. We want society to start talking about the reality of the issues that we've been passively putting to the side. Scorpio's all about that. Let's get it. Let's dive into that. Let's talk about the shit that we're uncomfortable about. Let's talk about the things that are really not working and not resourceful to us. So since it's sextile Capricorn, it could be a good energy for people who are trying to get to the depths of things that have Capricorn them, Saturn them, things that they have dealt with over time, been patience through. A lot of people right now may lose friendships or lose connections with people that they've been down with for years, but they knew through time they should have just let this shit go. So that whole energy there, because what's a Scorpio? Scorpio's our relationships. It comes after Libra. It's our sex issues, but it's also our money issues. It's clearing debt. Like, we're trying right now, it could be a good time where it could be a very big time where we're watching television to see when the hell them stimulus checks is going to come out. Because a lot of people are suffering. They're saying they're about to lose, they're about to furlough another 32,000 people. That's Scorpio issues, because people are going into debt. They're like, how am I going to clear that out? Right now, people could be clearing debt. Because since we're in Scorpio energy, they're clearing the whole debt, or they're coming into points where they're realizing money issues have really been on me. Now let's get deeper. Uranus is in Taurus. That means it's going to oppose a Scorpio and Mercury. So there's going to be drastic changes in resources coming up. There's also going to be a lot of things that kind of it looks like a lot of chaos, especially within government, because it's that whole sextile happening directly to it. Another thing too, since Uranus is aspecting Taurus, we're about to walk into a Taurus North Node. That means that our resources have to change. We have to come into a dynamic where we kind of let go of baggage, where it is attached to our resources. Now, I'm talking about this because if it's sextiling of Mercury and Scorpio, and we're going through this whole Capricorn issue, people, Capricorn sextile, I'm talking about the PPP loans, the grants, I'm talking about unemployment. That's all dealing with resources, shared resources through Capricorn, Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto. I would advise, because of this Mercury retrograde, yes, the money could be flowing. We could come into a time where, yes, they open up new programs. They might just do that because it's a Scorpio Mercury. They're thinking about, what to do within resources. Because it's all resources, because people are Mercury retrograding. They're trying to find mental power, dominance over people. So they're going to use what sells, sex sells, Scorpio energy, Pluto energy. But it's kind of dangerous because while the money's being funded out, people may be using their Mercury retrograde, their lower levels forms of thinking. And it's in Scorpio, so they're trying to get that dominance, get that dollar, get that dough. Just really be careful because it's a Mercury retrograde, accidents, mishaps. And we're dealing with a Jupiter and Capricorn. So when we're dealing with a Jupiter and Capricorn, which is laws, and there needs to be there's oppressive energies around it, hence the killings, hence all of that. But also, they will really throw the book at motherfuckers right now, really hard, especially to prove a point, Gemini North Node, to prove a different understanding, a different perspective of looking at it. Because they're in the hot seat right now. They have Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto. So right now, people in power are in the hot seat, big hot seat. And when Scorpio retrograde goes into their Mercury, and it's going to sextile it. Sextiles are great, but listen to it. Sextile, too sweet sometimes. Too sweet. It can just like trines. People can have grand trines, a lot of sextiles, and still don't get anything done. Because I truly believe oppositions are really what push people, because you're forced to hit a wall and you're forced to balance it out. I'm opposition. I'm a Scorpio Sun, Taurus Moon, and every day I'm dealing with selfishness that come from within myself, because I'm a Leo rising. I'm the first girl, only child, but also, not only child, first girl, oldest girl, first girl, only girl, and I have 3 brothers. So that opposition there, the selfishness of getting things because you had a certain type of rank, but that Scorpio realizing that you're looking for inner depth. You want a truth. You want intimacy. You want to merge with people. You love people. So you have to like figure out that dynamic. And that's me, opposition. But it's a give and take. It's a give and take. I have Venus in Libra. But yes, with that whole dynamic here, people just have to really be careful. When you get into Scorpio, you get into very Mars, Pluto, and it's shared resources. So it's at the other person's discretion what they feel is the value for what you have done. And you don't want to do that, because Scorpio is all about power. They want to dominate the circumstance. And so Taurus, remember, Taurus and Scorpio are money signs, resource energies. Taurus wants to feel good and have certain type of things. Scorpio wants to have certain type of intelligence, certain type of, when it comes to intimate dynamics that deal with resources. Meaning, like, Scorpio wants to be like, all right, like it's investing, trading. That's all Scorpio energy, because it's like, okay, I have Taurus energy, got $500,000. I'm trying to multiply that to $2 million. I have to find an entity on a psychological level, because Scorpio has Gemini in their 8th house, and on a bargaining level that will now give me the value that makes me feel good, Taurus. So a lot of people, since it's Uranus and the retrograde Mercury, a lot of people might go to their lower levels, and Uranus energy Aquarius might get crazy, but what they think they can get away with. And that's on all dynamics, from the higher ups to the lower ups. So please be careful with this energy on a positive level. This energy is good for manifesting. This energy is good for, really like light up your red candles, light up your black candles. I always say that with Scorpio energy. They love red, and they love blacks and things like that. And maroon, like dark, deep colors of blood, right? So dive into that and manifest within this energy, because Scorpio likes retro. Scorpio likes to get into that inner work, but it wants you to come out more resourceful. It wants to double up your value. So dive into there and figure those things out. So your relationships might get a little shaky, things like that, but it's Scorpio. These people are trying to stick right now. People are trying to stick. They're trying to really figure. If they want to separate, it's because they feel like they're not getting something Taurus. They're not getting something that they feel like they deserve is valuable to them. That's all. But this is a money time, boy. Get your bread up. Get your bread up. Word. And it could be a focus around that to really hone in, because we're about to move into what? Holiday season. So yes, guys, thank you, thank you, thank you. Love y'all. Laced in Space. Bye-bye.